what am I actually seeing when I'm out showing houses and listing houses? I want you to get it from me, like what I am experiencing. And currently what I'm experiencing, if I look at it from the buyer's perspective and what I'm getting from buyers, is that they're nervous. We are going through some very unprecedented, uncertain times in the world. We have got the talk of tariffs that it just creates a level of uncertainty with people, and they don't know, like, are they coming back into effect in 90 days? Are they going to be more? Are they going away completely? Like, there is this level of uncertainty. And when that happens, people freeze. Like, it creates inaction. They don't know what to do. They were ready to buy a house. They were ready to make a move. And then suddenly they're like, I don't know what to do because of this uncertainty. And I am feeling that from people when I talk to them. They want to buy a house. They're ready to buy a house. They've outgrown the house. And yet at the same time, they're like, I just don't know. So my advice to them has been to get pre-approved. It does not hurt to speak to a lender and to get pre-approved and find out what your purchase power is, because knowing the facts is what takes away that uncertainty. And it might not be the answer that you want at this moment in time, but at least you know. And then at least you've got a starting point of like, where do I want to get to now that I know where I'm at? But also, I have some buyers who within the last week have been pleasantly surprised about their purchase power and what they can afford, even with current rates. Now, at this moment in this time on this day, this is recorded a few days before you're watching it, interest rates right now are at 6.96%, around there. Each lender has a little bit different product. But I've had some buyers who got pre-approved and they were shocked at their purchase power. They were like, we just didn't think we were able to do it, not realizing how much equity they have in their current home, that they were able to leverage that to get into their new home. So we've started the process and now we're looking at homes. So they were in their mind basing things off of the media, basing things off of headlines they're seeing in their news feed, and just assuming that they couldn't afford a house right now. And we sat down and just said, talk to a lender. It doesn't hurt. And the reason you want to talk to a lender is because yes, you can find out the rates and you can Google what are today's current rates and you can make an assumption, but the lender's going to take into consideration your current debt to income ratio. They're going to take into consideration your W-2s, your tax returns, all of that information that you don't plug into one of these mortgage calculators that you'll find on the internet. And also one of the things that people I don't think maybe consider is, say you bought your house in 2004, you've had it for a long time, and your monthly mortgage is $800. It's $1,200. You refinanced it during COVID. It's at a great rate. Now, say you kept that home, but you turned it into a rental. Today's rental prices, that home might be able to rent for $2,200, $2,400. And with lender products, you could take that difference, say it's a difference of $1,000, that could then be put into your formula as monthly income, which then increases your purchase power. And a lot of people don't consider that. They think they have to sell in order to buy, and that just might not be your story. And the only way to figure out what your story is going to be is when you sit down with a lender and find out. And again, if you don't get the answer you want, then it's time to devise a plan on how to get to the point that you want to be. So that's what I'm seeing for buyers right now. Now for sellers, it's a strange market. That's all I'm going to say. Inventory is up and also sales prices are up, which that doesn't match, right? Because when inventory, which by the way, inventory is the amount of homes we have to sell in our market. So when that number increases, usually the sales price drops because people need to drop their price in order to stay competitive. But that's just not what we're seeing. We're seeing inventory is up and sales prices are up. And then it's different between each subdivision. There's a subdivision in Southwest Boise, no HOA, half acre, everyone has a shop. Those homes are going within days when they go on the market. Then in our production builder subdivisions, we're seeing homes take a little bit longer to sell. The average days on market, can hit 50 days or more right now. And so what we're also seeing though is in our new construction market, our builders builders are offering big incentives right now. One of the top production builders in the area is offering $35,000 to use to buy down your rate, use towards your closing costs, use to put up a fence or buy a refrigerator or all the things. Do not buy a refrigerator that costs $35,000. Please use it for other things. But what I'm saying is there are tons of incentives right now that these builders are offering that can help buyers get into a house. That's another thing I don't think buyers are aware of. But when it comes to sellers, you've just got to have proper expectation on what the time is. Homes are selling. They're just not flying off the market. I talked to a home seller yesterday and his assumption was, well, my house could probably sell for around $400,000, so it'll be gone within hours. That is not the case right now because the cost of borrowing money is up. And so no matter what your price point is, you need to have a realtor do the research for you and tell you, okay, this is the average days on market, where, like I said, some homes with that appealing, no HOA, larger lot with a shop right in Boise, those are selling faster. They've got a lot more things that appeal to them. Whereas if we've got other subdivisions, maybe they're further out, there's a longer distance to shopping or dining or things like that, and the area just hasn't been built up around them yet, those homes are taking longer to sell is what I'm seeing. And it's really different. Each subdivision, each part of town, you can't compare Eagle to Southeast Boise. So really you just need to do a deep dive into what it looks like and just have proper expectations for if you are going to list your house. And as always, I know I'm a broken record on this, but it really comes down to the things you can control. You want to make sure from the curb appeal all the way to the inside linen closet, everything is buttoned up, ready to go, and looks amazing when you do list your home, because those are the things that you can control. So that is my market minute. That's what I'm seeing currently. If you have any questions, if you want to find out the facts and get out of the headlines and get out of the scary things that you're seeing online and just get the facts, I would love to be a part of that for you and guide you through that. So reach out. Let's talk.